Folks, hey, welcome to another episode of Farmer James Vermont Mountainside Beekeeping. And today, I'm going to try to be a videographer. I'm just a beekeeper, right? Number one, excuse me, smoky, not just from my smoker, but it is smoky from the wildflowers of Canada. But today, luckily, we got a nice blue sky. I'm out here today. Yesterday, we went through this monster here, and I tore it down to here. And then also this monster hive right there. I tore that down. And I'm going to go across the front row of these hives here, and I'm going to knock those hives down. But before I do that, before I knock all those hives down in the front row over there and over there, I'm going to check and I'm going to add some supers onto these hives. And these are my new queens that are in 8-frame deeps. And I'm hoping to be a little better videographer today. So welcome to Farmer James Vermont Mountainside Beekeeping. And today I'm just adding supers on from the supers that I spun out. And today I'm going to add them on to these ladies right here. Okay, I have a nice row of queens that have gotten into the supers, and then super deeps, that is. And also over here I have the same thing going on. Those are my splits from mothers from the front row. But today we're just going to go in and I'm going to inspect and see how these queens are doing in these boxes here. I noticed this had no queen, but there is a queen. I did check it. And on 7-2, you saw on the tape if you didn't. 7-2, I was in there. 7-23 actually was the latest. So I'm going to double check to make sure we have brood, and so I'm going to add these supers so they can get cleaned out from what I spun in this beautiful basswood honey. And then we're going to go across this front row. All right. But first, again, welcome all you new viewers. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. So real quick, we're just going to go in, we're going to pop some lids, and we're going to see how the brood is building in a couple hives. Yeah, all right. So let's see how my videography skills are working out as we go into these hives. Where is my spout? All right. So yeah, let's go. I'm just checking real quick to see how the queens are looking. Boxes feel kind of light, so I'm going to start feeding them. Let's see how they're growing. They're probably laying, yeah, it looks like they're starting to spread across. I'm seeing a variety of things happening. I added some new frames here and here, but it looks like they're starting to expand. Very calm bees, so I really think there's a queen in there. So yeah, let's go take a look. And once again, I'm trying to get my videography skills together. I lost my tripod, so bear with me, or be with me. I should say be with me as I go in here and see what we have. So I just smoke, obviously, to get them out of the way. They're not doing anything saying to me that they're aggressive. I'll see what's going on. If they're bringing any nectar or anything like that. So let's see what we got. Well, they're starting to bring in nectar, and you can see it's starting to glisten. So we do have some nectar across here. There's nothing there, so the flow is beginning, and that's a dud on that side. So let's set up on the other side and see what we will see this direction as we look into the hive. All right, so I don't see any brood on these frames either. So let's just get them out of the way. I'm going to take a little quick peek. See what we got going on. We got bees. Looked like there was some brood that hatched from a frame I added. So I did add a frame of sealed brood. And let's look at that again. So the sealed brood was right here. These are emerging brood. So this whole frame here was all brood. And we actually got some bees that are starting emerging right there. So again, these are carniolans. They're nice and calm. The genetics from that frame I put in there are from my mutt bees that are survivor stock. So I'm using the resources to IPM manage my survivor stock by taking brood and sharing that brood with these hives. And once again, the bees are nice and calm. I don't see a lot of resources. I do see a cup. Nothing in there. Yep. There is brood. Again, this brood looks like it was brood I added, not from a laying queen. But she should be, actually. I apologize. We do have a queen that should be laying. So again, these bees are carniolan stock, and they are really gentle, folks, as you can see. These are Oliver-ass queens I've had in here since the 1st of July. Actually, no, let me take that back. Second week. Yeah, let's see what we have on this frame. Yeah, she's laying. She's doing something. Got fresh larvae as well as brood. We got larvae along here, sealed brood. Give a little flip. Yep, a lot of brood. Oh, yep, they got me. And yep, they got me. I just smoked a little bit. And that was me, folks. Not paying attention. That's why I'm not a videographer. I should be a beekeeper. Be a beekeeper. They got me. Yeah, nice little sting. That's a great thing about these orange gloves. They'll hold back a sting from penetrating. But anyhow, let me smoke this hand. Smoke the air a little bit. I'm not smoking these bees much, folks, and that's just because they're not really. So I'm just getting my smoker nice and primed. So that's all you hear me do. And get them out of the way. All right, now we could work without getting stung. What do we have? Yep. Bees are bringing in pollen. I do see pollen. Pollen is on one of those bees right over here. So yeah, that lady's got a lot of pollen. So that's really nice to see. So there's a queen. I haven't spotted her, but she's laying. She's in there. So I'm going to put these girls back together. And I'm going to leave them alone. So we do have a laying queen. So yeah, so I'm just going to add a super to this box here. We do have a laying queen, which is nice. I'm going to do the same to this box. And I appreciate you all tuning in to just see what I do. Again, I got stung on my thumb. That was fun. But hey, these bees are doing pretty good. So I'm just going to add a super on here. And I'm going to do that to the rest. Oh, but thanks for tuning in to Farmer James Mountainside Beekeeping. Be well.